The corpse fisher's taboos. 3 types of bodies you must never pull up. The creepiest one. The upright corpse, like it's standing in the water, staring right at you. Some guy didn't believe the taboo. Later he'd sneak out every night to eat raw fish. Hey everyone, I'm Lam. Welcome back to lanlanwonglanofscary channel. Today I'm gonna tell you a story about corpse fishers, people who fish out bodies from rivers. This story came from my friend Ming. His family lives near the Luo River, a tributary of the Yellow River, and his uncle's cousin Uncle Jen was a corpse fisher. First, you might wonder, what is a corpse fisher? Simple. They're the ones who retrieve bodies from rivers or seas, whether the person went missing, committed suicide, or died in an accident. Sounds like easy money, right? But honestly, the risks are way higher than you think. Not only do they have to face bloated, rotting bodies that reek, they also have to follow a set of ancient, creepy rules, the 3 don'ts of fishing. Uncle Jen was a famous corpse fisher around the Luo River. He told Ming there are 3 types of bodies they must walk away from, no exceptions. 1. The upright corpse. This one's the most evil. It doesn't float on its side, no. It stands straight up, like a person standing at the bottom of the river, only its head peeking above the water. And its eyes? It looks like they're staring right at you. Uncle Jen said the old-timers used to say, these corpses have their ankles grabbed by water ghosts, something unclean. If you pull them up, it's like stealing from whatever's below, and disaster will follow. Even scientifically, a corpse stands upright because of pressure buildup inside. If you touch it, the body could burst organs and blood gushing out. You don't want to imagine that. Uncle Jen did this job for decades and he only saw one once. He said that sight made his blood run cold. He couldn't sleep all night. 2. The sunken corpse you can't hook. When families report a body, corpse fishers use long bamboo poles with big iron hooks to probe the riverbed. Once they feel something, they hook the clothes or flesh and pull slowly. But Uncle Jen warned, if you try hooking the same spot 3 times and it either slips or won't come up, stop right away. Why? The body might be tangled in riverweed, dead branches, or invisible forces. If you yank it, you could tear the body apart. Not only is that disrespectful to the dead, it might anger evil spirits. Uncle Jen said this rule was paid for with the blood and tears of past fishers. 3. Never go out in thunderstorms. This one's simpler. Thunderstorms make rivers rise fast. Currents get wild. Undertows appear super dangerous. But Uncle Jen said there's more to it. They believe thunder stirs up the strongest yin energy in the world. It disturbs vengeful spirits, making them restless. If you go out then, you'll become their next target. Even if they're desperate for money, they never work in thunderstorms. Now, let's get to Ming's real experience, the one that made Uncle Jen freeze. One summer, a young guy slipped into the Luo River. 2 friends jumped in to save him. All 3 drowned. The families called Uncle Jen's team. Ming was young back then. Curious as hell, he begged to tag along. After an hour or 2, they found 2 bodies, bloated but whole. They figured the third, probably the first guy who fell in, would be nearby. But they searched from afternoon till dark. Nothing. Everyone on the boat started getting scared. On the shore, the family's sobs sounded more and more haunting as night fell. It was midnight, so the captain said, if we don't find him in 30 minutes, we'll quit and come back tomorrow. That's when Uncle Jen yelled the third boy's name across the river. Kid, we're here to take you home, he said. Your parents miss you so much, let us help you. Ming was confused. How can a corpse hear that? But soon, something crazy happened. A crew member shouted, I found something. He probed the water, soft, human-shaped. They hooked it. But pulling felt abnormally heavy. One crew member turned pale. Something's wrong, he said. It's like Something's pulling back, fighting us. Uncle Jen snapped. Quit talking nonsense. But even he felt it. The pole vibrated with unnatural force, like a tug of war. The men pulled with all their strength. The boat tilted so far, it looked like it had capsized. It was dark, only moonlight, and the boat's lamp lit the water. Suddenly, splash! A dark thing shot out of the river. Water-soaked Ming-He froze. When he looked again, it was a catfish 1/2 a meter long, with no eyes. It flopped onto the boat. Then, as they kept pulling, a body slowly rose. But it wasn't floating on its side. It was standing upright in the water. Its head bobbed, half submerged, face as white as paper, eyes closed, long wet hair stuck to its cheeks. Before they could pull it up, a crew member yelled, "That's not modern clothes!" Even in the dim light, they could see it looked like an ancient costume, tattered, but with patterns. Uncle Jen's brows furrowed. He stared at the upright body, then shouted, "Don't pull it up! Let it go! This isn't the boy we're looking for!" He knew they'd run into the upright corpse from the Taboos. As they released the hook and let the ancient body sink back into the dark water, Ming swore he saw its eyes snap open for a second, empty, staring right at him. He jumped back in terror. Not long after, they found the real boy's body nearby and pulled it up safely. It was like the ancient corpse had shown up to trick them, trying to take the boy's place as a replacement soul. Only when it failed did it let the boy's body go. They thought that was the end, but a new nightmare began. A few nights later, Auntie Lee, wife of crew member Uncle Lee, called Uncle Jen, sobbing. "Lee's not himself," she said. "He mumbles so pretty, so valuable all day. At night, he sneaks out, comes back soaking wet, eyes empty, smelling like river mud and rot." Uncle Jen and Ming rushed over. The second they walked in, they smelled strong fish. Uncle Lee was huddled in the kitchen corner, back to them, body twitching like he was eating something. "Lee!" Uncle Jen called. Uncle Lee turned slowly. Ming said he almost threw up. In Lee's hands was a live catfish, still wiggling. He was biting its head off. Crunch, crunch. He popped the fish eyes into his mouth like candy. His lips were covered in scales, slime, and blood. The fish's tail still flopped. When Lee saw them, he didn't panic. He grinned, his mouth red with blood. His eyes were bright red, not human. Uncle Jen knew this was bad, way worse than a normal curse. They restrained Lee and called an old master who dealt with spirits. The master walked in, frowned immediately.
He glanced at Lee, then said to Uncle Jen, "He's not just cursed, he's got a river evil in him. A water ghost's resentment took over."
"Tell me, did you touch something you shouldn't have lately?" Uncle Jen told him about the ancient upright corpse. The master shook his head. "Trouble. That wasn't a normal corpse. It was a corpse evil. Someone who died with huge resentment, murdered or suicidal. They don't lie down. They stand in the water, looking for replacements. You were smart not to pull it up. But Lee must have done something stupid later." The master used holy water and rituals to calm Lee down. When Lee came to, he finally told them what happened. That night, when Lee saw the ancient corpse in its costume, he'd gotten greedy. He thought a rich, ancient person would have valuable burial goods. 3 days later, he snuck back alone, rode to the spot, and jumped in. When his hand touched the cold, stiff body, a chill shot from his feet to his head. He heard a voice in his ear, "Come back. Stay with me." After that, he blacked out. He couldn't remember much, only that he kept craving raw fish. The master said, "To save Lee, we need to let that corpse rest. Otherwise, he'll die." So, at noon, the master, Uncle Jen, Ming, and a few brave crew members went back to the river. The master brought incense, paper offerings, and an old compass. As the master chanted, the compass needle spun wildly. Normal compasses don't do that unless spirits are nearby. Finally, he pointed to a spot in the water. The corpse is there. We won't pull it up, we'll call it spirit. They lowered offerings, fruit, rice into the water. The master burned a special talisman. When the ashes hit the water, perfect ripples spread like someone was answering. Dust to dust, earth to earth, the master said solemnly. We can't right your wrongs, but please let the living be. Move on. He told Uncle Jen to lower a long hemp rope, no hook. The second the rope hit the water, it straightened, sinking slowly. Pull it up, the master said. This time it was easy, no resistance. When they pulled it up, though, there was no body, only a tattered ancient robe, tangled with long black hair. The corpse's obsession is in these things, the master said. Its body probably rotted long ago. They put the robe and hair into a burlap sack. Following the master's orders, they rowed to where the Luo River meets the Yellow River fast currents. After the master chanted again, they threw the sack in. The sack was pulled under by an invisible force, gone in seconds, swallowed by the muddy water. From that moment, Lee got better. No more madness, no more raw fish. He was weak for weeks, but he survived. So here's the thing, some taboos aren't jokes. Next time you go near water, be careful. You never know what's waiting in the deep below. That's it for today's story. If you liked this channel, hit like, share, and subscribe, and don't forget to click the bell for notifications. See you next time. Bye-bye.